Got a notification? Got a notification? Yeah, I'm in the building. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Word up. Yeah, I see the chat room is populating. Big shout out to Cynthia Tibbs in the building. Rich Selena Lopez is in the house. What's up, Rich? Charles Ruiz is in the house. Heavy. What's up, Charlie? Word up. We about to get working. You'll know I start at 7, right? And we're actually on time. It's good to be back. Missed y'all. Yep, giving you time to get the room going. I think we're talking about love over 50. Does it exist? Love over 50. Does it exist? Or are you just looking for a death partner? Could be. Yep, 5 minutes of showtime. I'm just letting you know that I'm here. I'm in the room. We're getting set up. We're on time. And we're about to get the party started. Oh, we definitely have to do the Rock Logic weather. Cynthia's like, what's up with the weather report? Hey. Yeah, I'm about to put this button. Give me a sec. All right, so what do you have going on here? Okay. Yep. I'm about 4 minutes in. About to start the show. You know, we start at 7. I know I'm not always prompt. You know, like, dude, stop. Hey, Gary, you doing your sharing? No, I'm just checking. Word up. Once again, big shout out to Cynthia Tibbs in the building. See you. I'm definitely going to do the weather. Without a doubt. Three minutes to showtime, y'all. All right. Yeah. Make sure everything looks good. Hold on for 1 second. Let me do a little preview. Make sure everybody's tight. No, I didn't want to do that. What is this? Previews, right? Okay, you guys are good. Okay. Look like I belong. 2 minutes, we getting down. Yeah. Woo! We're gonna talk. I'm gonna be frank with y'all. I just in case you didn't know, it's 82 degrees in New York City. The high was 86, and the low is going to be about 70 degrees tonight. Right now, we're at 82 degrees. By sunset, we'll be at 79, y'all. Partly cloudy and hazy in New York City, and that's Rock Logic weather. Tomorrow, though, could be a beach day. Partly sunny, 84 degrees. Big shout out to Hong Kong in the building. Hong Kong, 82 degrees. 90 degrees was the high, 79 was the low. And it's Saturday in Hong Kong right now, y'all. New York weather's been crazy. We're getting the remnants of that hurricane, all that. All right, and it's 7 o'clock. Time for me to hit the button, y'all. Yep. Once again, this Rock Logic, the real discussion with Rock Logic, Gary Fax, Rocky D, Robin, and Jeff. Jeff has been filling in. He had an amazing, amazing time the last 3 weeks, and I missed you guys a lot. We'll talk about why. Once again, it's 82 degrees in New York City. We're going down to 79. The low tonight's going to be 70 degrees, so it'll be nice and comfy. Be a nice little breeze going on for you. You can leave the window open, maybe lay off of the AC. And do that. You know what I'm saying? What's up, family? There goes my man Frau Mungo's in the house. There it is. And the chat room's populating. It's good to be back. We'll talk about all the things that went on. All right, that might be... Put on your headphones, Gary. All right, let's get a mic check. Gary, mic check.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Yep. Big shout out to Rocky. Give me a mic check.
Yeah. 1 2 1 2. All good.
Good, sounding good. Hey, what's up, LaFonda? Richie's in the building. What's happening? Charlie Ruiz, he says, yo, what's up? Charlie's down in Florida. He's hanging out.
Yeah.
Word
what's
up.
Mama?
Charlie probably getting saucy right now listening to the show.
All good. Why not?
That's how I like it.
Why not?
1, 2, 3, and bang.
Yeah.
Word up. I'm back. What's up, LaFonda? Thank you for the welcome back, Charles. Hello, everyone in the building. Big shout out to Frau Mungo in the building. Richie's in the building. Charles Ruiz in the building. Cynthia Tibbs is in the building. And Cynthia, yes, I hit you. I hit you with the weather. For sure. Charlie says, you know the vibe.
It's my boy.
Yeah, I know what's happening, Charlie, man. I got to come down and hang out with you. Because I hear you be having the saucy, but we ain't going to talk about it over the years. Private moment, family moment. So, it is good to be back. I'm so glad to be here.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, bro.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit today. I'm going to tell you what was going on with me, and then we'll get into the show. But today we're going to talk about love over 50, right? Like, does it exist? You know, new beginnings, right? The new beginnings is me coming back, and then love over 50. I mean, does it really work? You know what I'm saying? Do you really care after 50? I'm just asking. So last 3 weeks. Well, one, I had, let me see. I haven't been on since, oh, my God. Since
4
I did that, but almost 4 weeks,
4
right?
weeks, yeah, about a month.
Yeah, there was that thing that happened with Bishop Jordan, his birthday.
That's right, yes.
Right, I did his birthday, and that was one of the reasons why I couldn't make that Friday, and Jeff filled in. And then, health-wise, it's been a little so-so. Oh, we don't want to talk to him. That's Frank the landlord. Frank the landlord. Yeah, we're not picking up Frank the landlord right now. You know, he'd be like, Charles, you have the rental? I'd be like, I'm like, no, I don't have a rental. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, he does speak like that, but that's my guy. But, so, I'm had a couple of health issues, started taking the blood pressure medication, had a swollen leg for a little while. That got a little crazy. That was brand new. Life after 50, stuff just happens. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even do anything to make the leg swell. It just swole up, you know what I'm saying? So that kept me a little bit at bay. Then also had a big cookout down in North Carolina. Big shout out to Evie and Cameron and Jackie and Dion and Michael and Candace and little Sebi and little Mikey. I mean, it was crazy. It was they had this giant barbecue. So basically what happens, last week I went on the road, right, for July 4th. I took the car and I just went south. And I said, you know what? While I'm down here, I'm going to visit all my friends. You know what I'm saying? Friends and family. So I went and I stopped at Frow's house. Frow showed me, a couple of things that he had hidden in the closet in a safe. Very odd young man, but it was cool. So we saw that. Yeah, Frank calls in every show for the rent, Frowell. I'm telling you. Got a chance to tour his house, which was amazing. It was an amazing house to see. Sat outside, hung out, smoked some cigars. It was beautiful. Then I cut out. Then I head down to North Carolina. And some of y'all might have seen the picture on Facebook. It was a huge barbecue. Basically, this thing got towed in on the back of a pickup truck, right? It was on wheels. It was on his own wheels. Nice. And it was huge. And I remember, right, Cameron calls, he goes, yo, I need a shovel and a rake for the grill, right? And I'm like, why would you need a shovel and a rake? Then I see the grill. I'm like, oh, like he was, doing the coal. So he cooked all the meat. You could cook a whole animal on that thing without a problem. So we did that. Then I swung back up to, hung out there for a few days. Saw a movie. What's that movie? The one with Samuel L. Jackson, Ryan Reynolds. Oh, God, the movie just came out with him. Anybody know that movie, the one that just happened? Hey, what's up, Robin? Robin's like, you're back. Yes, I'm back, Robin. I'm in a big shout. Big shout to Robin.
Where you Robin?
We need to get Robin back. That's what needs to happen. Share hit the like button. Yeah, that's right. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. If you hit the like button, it pops up on the screen and I can see what's happening. So the Hitman's wife. The Bodyguard's Hitman's wife.
Yeah, I want to see that. I didn't see that. I saw
excellent movie.
The previews.
I saw it in North Carolina. Excellent movie. I mean, it was fantastic. Very funny, witty, and Selma Hayek is cussing her ass off the whole film. By the way, it's just, I mean, like ridiculous. Yeah. She's more violent than Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds.
Wow.
Yeah, she gets it in, son. So I saw the movie. Then I got some cigars, swung back up. And on the way back, I was riding with Elijah, who he's kind of like my assistant. We rode back up and then went to Atlantic City. And then we went to a place called the White House, which is a submarine sandwich joint, right? And they've been making sandwiches since 1947 or something. Okay. It's a mainstay in AC. You got to go. The sandwich is about this big.
Damn.
Like, it's about like that. Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's real thick. It's wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have one right here and all of us could eat it and be full.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what's been going on. I took the week off, kind of didn't work, stayed in bed, worked with the leg, did all that stuff. Maybe it was the food. I don't know. Maybe it was the food. Maybe it was. I don't know.
I don't know. Carolina people, they can eat some crazy stuff, bro.
Yeah. I mean, but food doesn't usually do that to me. I don't know what it is. The Hitman's Bodyguard's wife. That's the name of it. That's right. There you go. Big shout out to my man Bobby Cowan in the house. Peace Rock listening on my way home. That's Southern style cooking, bro. Hey, Robin. Yes, sir, you do. There you go. That's it. He knows the Southern style cooking. Bobby's been down with that. So that's been my week.
That's what's up.
I spoke to Jeff, and we are now in discussion of actually, redesigning the set.
Excellent.
We're going to redesign the whole set and do something new. We were talking about that day before yesterday. He really had some really nice ideas to really spruce things up, redesign the set, redesign the room, get some new cameras in, get some of those Black Magic 4Ks and stuff. And really like elevate. I mean, we do well as a podcast, but now it's trying to elevate, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do away with the microphones. I'm going to miss them. We're going to start using lavaliers. We're going to look more like TV.
Okay.
We're going to look more professional.
Hey, why not?
A little more professional.
Okay.
Big shout out to everybody that shouted me out while I was gone. I appreciate that. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the text. Some stuff, when you're having those down moments and you get that dope text and it gets you going, like it motivates you and it pushes you further. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Like I never had any type of pedal edema before. I never had that. So it's interesting. Like you poke your foot and it stays dented. Like it's crazy. Yeah. Okay. You poke it and it just stays dented. So it really sucked, but the blood pressure medication has been helping. So I'm happy about that. So let me see. Does Frank Cole? Yes, he does. Can't function without Rock Logic weather. That's right. I had to give it to you. So Gary D, what's going on, man? What's happening? What have you guys been doing since I've been gone? Like, wow. What's your week been like? Let's start there.
Well, my week is good. It's I guess just coming off of the 4th of July weekend, which actually was quiet for me. I stayed home and watched Netflix all day.
Okay.
That's not bad.
I didn't really do anything.
What'd you see?
I was watching
The Bill Cosby Story.
No, I didn't. Actually gonna speak. So Bill is actually he's going out on tour.
Oh, is he?
So that's gonna be good.
He's gonna make that paper now.
Bill's going on the road?
Bill's going on the road.
As a comic?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Dude, that's just gonna be funny. But
go ahead.
So I was watching the Black Godfather.
Oh yeah. With Forrest Whitaker.
No, Clarence Avant. No, it's the documentary.
Oh, the music guy.
The music guy. Yeah. That was deep. Deep.
That's heavy. Heavy.
That was deep.
Richie says Rocky D. Love the hat.
Hey.
There you go. Hey, Gary Fax.
This is just a little stuff from the routine that's going to be happening in a couple of weeks. But I'm going to Puerto Rico. I got the Guayabera too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got the Hibalo shirt on.
I got the Hibalo stuff going happening.
That's good.
And next week I'm going to really be rocking in.
All right. So
next week, yeah.
Well, Gary, talk to me, man. So
So
was that the deal? Netflix?
Yeah. So I was doing Netflix on a Sunday. I've also been following up with my artist Baba T.
Right.
He's getting very good reviews and stuff like that. His Spotify is going up. His YouTube is going up. So good. And he's going to be here soon, Rock. So it's going to be all good.
Good. We'll make some records.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Got the studio in the house, so.
oh, cool. See, we ready to go.
Yeah, I hooked shit up. I hooked it up.
It's all good. It's all good.
I hooked it up.
I trust you. I know that. I know. And that's it. So yeah, I just been cool.
All right, I'm gonna go to Rocky in a minute, but Rocky has to address some stuff. So Robin says Rocky D is Crocodile Dundee. Oh, do I have a knife?
Yo, Rob, you're my girl. Now, what's going on here?
Do I have a knife? This is a knife.
That's not a knife.
Oh man, I thought I had my knife on me. This is a knife, right? Let me see. I see loving the hat. Rocky D looks good on you. That's from LaFonda. Richard says I see, and LaFonda says loving the hat. Rocky D looks good on you. That's
you.
the deal. So what's going on? Why are you wearing this hat, bro?
Bro, this is just an outfit.
And then you got the Heblo shirt on. What are you doing?
I'm going to Puerto Rico in about 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And next week I'm going to be coming in with my favorite outfit. I ain't going to say what it is. It's going to be the party outfit for me from Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
And then after that, I'm gone. I'm taking 2 weeks. I'm out.
When are you leaving exactly? You know your dates?
I think the 30th.
Oh, okay, so the first 2 weeks of August you won't be.
Well, my birthday's on the
around.
2nd. I'm going to be out there. What I'm doing out there.
Oh, man.
But this last weekend, I just came from Florida.
All right, guys, forget about the surprise birthday for Rocky. He's not gonna do it. All right, scrap
I
the
just got
plans.
back from Florida.
Okay, how was it?
It was nice. So my kids went out. You know what? In Florida, you could actually go somewhere and buy all the fireworks.
Okay.
Not like New York.
Yeah.
I mean, we walked there, we got hooked up. We just
Talking
blew
to the
up
mic.
Yeah. We blew it up. It was all good. We had a really good time. I took a picture with 9 grandchildren.
Woo!
I took a picture with 9 grandchildren. It was off the chain. It was beautiful. Off the chain. It was really
9
good.
grandchildren.
9 grandchildren.
That is a testimony right there.
Ooh, it's all good,
That,
baby.
yeah, that's
It's
beautiful.
all good.
Wow. Also, no one uses condoms in your family.
Hold on.
Alrighty then.
I got 4 children though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. Okay. I'm just saying.
It's all good though.
Oh, Manly Emerald Faith, welcome back, Rock. Thank you. Miss Jeff and his funny. Yeah, Jeff got the funniest stories. I got to tell you, when I was, it was really killing me with Jeff because when I would watch the show, and he would say all these. I mean, like, you know, the one where his penis broke or something, and then there was, you know, he has these outlandish stories. Like, he was killing me, and he was such really a breath of fresh air to actually like listen to him talk, you know. So Jeff will be back on next week though. He had to do a training, and you know, so we, you know, hopefully. Thank you, Hillary. Hillary's like, welcome, Rock. Thank you. We missed you. Hi, cuz. There you go. You were missed. Hi, cuz. All the babies. That's what Ritzelina says. So here's the deal, y'all.
There you go.
The deal is this. Hello from Jersey, right? We saw that. And Al Pizarro, he's got that super tan. Let's go back to you, Rocky.
What's going on?
Let's go back to Rocky.
Come back to Rocky.
He's got the super tan. Let's see what's happening right there.
What's going on, Al?
His man tan. He has a super tan.
It's all good, kid. That's that Florida thing going on. It was all good.
All right, well, man, yeah, it was very nice. What else did you do in Florida, real quick?
Florida, well, I basically just messed around with my but that was my main purpose of going out there was to be with my grandchildren. We had a good time. My son Charles, that is my mother-in-law, Serena Lopez, my ex-mother-in-law. Okay. And she's been trying to call me. But we had a good time. It was basically a family time. I had Sammy and Charles. I had Samara and Samantha here in New York. They did their thing, but I was out there this time. It was good. We had a lot of fun. The fireworks was crazy in Florida.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow. Okay, that's bananas. So, you guys did your own fireworks? Is that what happened?
Yeah, we right in front of the house in the yard.
You want to just talk to your mother-in-law real quick? Apparently it's important because she keeps calling. Maria Rivera, hey Sammy, you might want to just pick up the phone and talk to her.
Nah, I'm good.
You sure? Yeah. She be like, Sammy. Okay, all
I
right.
love stuff. My ex-in-laws, they love them to death.
Okay, all right. I just thought something might be pressing.
No, yeah, y'all would love that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So the question is, right? Because I know what I did notice during the show is I noticed that a lot of our audience, and this is what happens when you step back for a little bit, right? Is over 50, right? And I had a question. I was like, well, you know, after I know how I feel after 50. You know what I'm saying? And I was saying, you know, that maybe people feel like this, and but it's the love thing after 50. I think it changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the same in love thing that you were in when you were 18,
right,
or 15. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of a thing that you can kind of take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you put up with less. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think you put up with less stuff.
Absolutely.
I think you're like, you know what? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just
sometimes you say something like that, but also you got to realize that sometimes you make a mistake, and you got to keep that mistake with you. Like, sometimes you want to let go, and when you do, you realize you're messed up.
okay, all
And
right,
you can't go back.
right. Yeah, but still, even in that situation, right? Even with that being the situation, the person leaving, let's just say, is over 50, right? And then they go kind of looking for this love thing. Like, how does that work? Like, is it like okay, your real love was the love you was with, and then you tried a new love or something like that? But I just think over 50, it's just kind of different. Like, you don't have the same energy, the same drive.
In other words,
that
I
you
ain't got time for all that.
I think,
Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
think-
And it might be different for women.
I think by the time you reach 50, you're already set in your ways, right? Certain things, you like certain things a certain way, you deal with things a certain way. So I think that there's definitely less patience.
Okay.
And I think that by the time you're 50, even if you're finding another mate, that person, it's finding someone who you could immediately connect with.
Okay.
Because even with the other person, at that 50-year point, they should have already went through all the other stuff. So it's sort of a less of a waiting game.
Okay.
Because I think it's more of I guess, okay, you get me, I get you. We could go and make something happen.
Okay.
Whereas I think back when you're 25, 30, it takes a little bit longer. Because people, look, I know at 51, I got no patience. And I have very little patience, but at the same time, you know what you want and what you're not going to deal with.
How old are you, Gary?
I'm 51.
Yes, Al. He's 51. I was asking. Go ahead. I was asking.
You got jokes. So, all right.
It's in the chat room, bro.
All right. So, when people hit 50, I think people have already gone through the things that they needed to, so they're less tolerant, if you will.
Yeah, but maybe also at times the other person may think, you got too comfortable or something like that. So, because
Maybe.
there's no such thing as,
I mean-
maybe you got too comfortable and you just got too comfortable.
Robin says we got a lot of mileage, don't have time for the BS.
Hey, thank you.
See?
Right?
Okay, see?
You know what I'm saying?
Robin, get over here. We got a chair for you.
Farrell says you are full of life experiences. The newness of things are going true. At 50, you kind of you've already experienced many of the things you're going to experience in your life. So I think that you tend to be more. It's like I just know that when looking for a mate over 50, you're looking for, can they add to your situation?
Absolutely, right.
When you were a kid, it kind of didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like if you married a girl or a guy and they weren't that smart, they were dumb, right? Let's say you had a dumb girl, right? But you're 19 or you're 20 years old or whatever, and this is what you fell in love with, right? You're not looking at it as this is my life partner that I'm going to build with. You're just looking at this as a person I'm in love with. You know what I'm saying? And then after 50, you look for somebody you could build with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I don't know, because maybe you already built.
or maybe you're already built. But I think a lot of people I think a lot of people's relationships end in that 45 to 50 range. Yeah. I think, and in the chat room, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of relationships end in that time frame.
You have to understand. Remember, Tyler Perry said it the best. Mm-hmm. He said, when you're at this age, you have to understand, you have sick parents who are sick, they're dying, and then you have children who are acting like fools. So you're just stuck in the middle. And then as a couple, you're supposed to be able to go through this together. And sometimes things just change.
Right.
Also,
Robin's in the chat room. It's so funny.
That sounds funny.
Robin said, let's see. She said, I think there is a deeper connection when you find love over 50. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think it definitely happens. Al Pizarro says childhood love, one or two person, or many. Richie said, I can do bad by myself. I feel you on that one. Childhood love, 1 or 2 person, or many loves over 10. Not really sure what he's saying there. Am I reading that shit right? Childhood love, 1 or 2 person, or many loves over 10. Over 10. Okay. All right. Not sure where we're going with that. I got stuff. Yeah, but I just know that I you know, in my own situations, like I want somebody that adds to the situation, and I think there is a deeper connection over 50, or it can be, if you find it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's
Good, Gary.
I think that's the challenge in finding it. Because I mean, look, with some of my female friends that I have, it's quite interesting because they have had kids, and by the time they reach 40, they've either been divorced or separated. You know, the kid's already grown, so now they're looking to get into that next relationship because now they've been the mother, you know, raised the kids. They done had the husband, and I guess for whatever reason, they've parted ways. So now at 40, between 40 and 50, you know, they're looking to get into, I guess, a more meaningful relationship. So
was their original relationship not meaningful?
I think that what I've found is that I think, and this is gonna sound kind of bad, but I think that the first relationship, I guess, served its purpose, if you will, and maybe that's the wrong way of putting it. But for the women that have had kids, they've raised their kids, right? And I guess when you're raising kids and you have a husband, you really don't have no me time. Okay. And that's sort of what I hear from a lot of women, right? They don't have, it's the husband and kids, so they don't have any time for themselves.
All right.
So now, for whatever reason that the relationship goes south, by the time they're 45, 50, they got time for themselves, and they really figure out, okay, what I have a
question.
I really want.
Well, just saying right there, I have a question for you on that one because you keep saying the women brought up their kids, the women did. I understand you ladies do a great job, but let's put this on. Let's put this on. What if you have a husband that did 50% of the work, taking the kids to dance classes and football? I mean, what about the man?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bring it on.
You got to make this face with Rocky when he says stuff. You're like,
I'm just trying to say, we talking about this. I'm like, what if the male puts his part in too, though?
Okay. Yeah, so what's the question, though? I just didn't understand the question. David Pratt, Sammy.
Hey, what's up, Dave?
So what? I don't understand the question. What about it?
What I'm trying to say is like, well, you're saying, well, the women, everything is towards the women. Well, you have men out there who did their part.
Right.
So it's not like, oh my God, I brought up the kids home. No, you do it by yourself. You had a man.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. But the question is, so then if the man leaves, was the love not that deep, or was the relationship not working? Well, because that's sort of what it's driving to.
I don't see it. I don't understand what's coming on that because I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
So. Okay, Rocky, I do understand what you're saying, and I think that for the men who do their part, obviously men don't get enough credit.
Okay.
Would you agree?
I agree.
Okay. So
I'm good with it.
Everybody just froze.
No, I'm good. Listen, Robin said Rocky is right? Richelina says, what about the man? There's a reason why she went.
Uh-oh. So it's personal?
Oh, wait. Here you go. Oh, wait. Here's the freeze. Hold on.
Yeah, all right.
Where we go with that? Hold on. Let me see. Men are undervalued in relationships. This is true. Absolutely, Rocky. I'm an all-in dad. That's what Farrell says. David Pratt says Sammy. And Al says, you ever heard about the clear water analogy? No, I haven't heard that. You should put that in the chat. I haven't heard about that. Says Rocky is right. Yeah, I mean, and I think people, you got to own it, right? Mm-hmm. Because when you're in that relationship where you start out from youth to basically to an AARP card, right? That's basically where you hit, right?
I have mine.
There's a lot of
I gotta get mine.
there's a lot of baggage in that happens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, LaFonda said it kind of. She said something in the chat room where she said, long-term relationships, you have more disagreements, and at times where you become turned off temporarily as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's the mileage. The mileage is the BS that you put up with in that relationship on both parts. You know what I'm saying? On both parts, where whether it's cheating, whether it's drugs, whether it's abuse, whether it's distance, that the person's not home,
Right.
a lot. All that is mileage on a relationship, and I think the children keep that together. The children keep that together for as long as possible. Like if you're down for it, right? And then when you reach the point where the kids are gone, then you look at your mate and you realize that you don't know them. I'm serious. Like you look at me and be like,
That's true.
you be like,
Absolutely.
who are you?
Absolutely.
And where have you been for the last 20 years? You know what I'm saying? And now you have to almost reintroduce yourself to this person and vice versa. I think that becomes sort of an issue too. You know what I'm saying? What do you have on that, Gary?
You said something.
Old hoes. What is Robin talking about?
God.
She said, do old hoes go to heaven?
What? What was that?
I don't know if old hoes go to heaven. I hope they do.
I'll make a phone call and I'll ask.
There goes Al. Al's coming to explain it. Hold on. Big shout out to Al Pizarro.
Hey, what's up, Al?
What's up, Al? Do I got you? Hold on.
Can't hear anything.
Al, you hear me? Where's Al? Oh, wait. Hold on. No, I'm connected.
Okay, so
Al? You in the... Ah, see, I was live.
I hear
was
beeping.
live. Yeah, I heard the beeping. Go ahead. Al's going to call in.
quick shout out to Thina Richards and Renee Mickens.
Hey, Renee, what's up, girl?
And Amy. They're all in the chat room.
Hey, what's up, Amy? All right, there you go. Okay. I'm right on time to hear the clear water analogy. Yes, you are. Because I'm calling Al back to hear what the hell he's talking about. Hold on. And Farrell says, you enter into the second act of your life after 50, and your needs change for the second act.
But Rock, I was saying you had said something very important. I think that, well, I shouldn't say I think, what I've heard from some women is that by the time they reach a certain age, or their kids reach a certain age, they're like, well, I'm just waiting for
We got Al. Hold on, Al, for 1 minute. Hold on. Gary's making a point.
Right,
hold on, Al. Hold on.
So I've heard women say they're just waiting for their child to finish high school, and then they're going to be done with the relationship, or they're going to wait till the child goes away to college, or they're going to be done with the relationship.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Al.
Yo.
Mr. Hip Hop Boulevard himself is in the house. Al, the chat room right now is waiting to hear what the Clearwater analogy is.
So this is the deal. Can we all agree that, like, if we were a cup of water, and we're talking about men and women, we were a cup of water, and after a relationship, that your cup of water will be a little dirty after that relationship. In other words, her characteristics, the way she is or the way he is, kind of got mixed up with you.
Right, going to be a little muddy.
Right. So now if you're looking for the perfect person for you, it should be two clear waters, right?
Okay.
So we're starting with two clear waters. So now you have one relationship. Yours is we're going to use rock as an example. So
Okay.
rock, your water's a little dirty. All right? The woman you're looking for is a clear water. Now you have another relationship that's a little more dirty. And you have another relationship that's a little more dirty. So by the time you go into the fourth or fifth relationship, you're kind of like a cocktail of different people that you've been with inside yourself.
Okay.
You got hurt. You made a couple of choice words. She said a couple of choice words. Whatever. You may have a kid or two. Don't know. Whatever. All that stuff is in your water. So the analogy is clean your water for you to find your next, the love of your life who has a clean water also. So work on yourself before, and that's what I think what happened when you're at 50. You're starting to say to yourself, how come, and this for people who constantly go in and out of relationships,
Right.
how come I can't have a stable relationship? Because you haven't worked on yourself. You haven't cleaned your water. Clean your water so that way you're clear, and then go and meet the other person who obviously now has her life like she worked on herself.
I want to give you this real quick. My man Reg Long says, Team Clear Water, and he's got high fives up. Renee says, some people don't take the time out to detox before heading into the next relationship.
That's right.
So many people are guilty.
And those are the people you don't mess with.
Right. So many people are very guilty of that.
Right.
But I wanted to share that because that was something that somebody had shared with me. And I was just like, my water's clean, bro. What are you talking about? I said, nah.
Yeah.
How many relationships do you have, bro? And I said, we ain't going to talk about that.
Word.
He said, so your water's not clean.
Well, thank you, Al Pizarro.
And that's basically for me how I move forward from my situation.
I like that.
I don't know about Gary. Gary may have 6 kids out there. I have no idea.
What kind of freak are you, Gary? What kind of freak
We're going to make a song called Muddy Love. Right, that's Gary. Gary got the Muddy Love.
Just for clarity, I don't got no kids.
Okay, all right. No kids for Gary.
Oh, he making sure everybody heard that one.
He's like, just for clarity.
So that's all I got to say, fellas.
All right.
Interesting conversation. How many grandkids, Rocky, you got there? Wow. Okay.
9. He got 9 joints.
That's a story.
I got 9 grandchildren.
Yeah.
I got 4 kids and 9 grandchildren.
Frau says, go, Al. Chat room's lit up. Al, I'm going to hit you. Are you on this Sunday, by the way? Are we on this Sunday?
Yes, we're on.
How do you promote the show? I don't know. What am I surrounded with by around here, man? Listen, Sunday, you got to catch the conversation with Al Pizarro, Ty Dre, Rock Logic, and Gary Fax on Sunday. That's the Hip Hop Boulevard show, and it comes on at 2 o'clock, all right? Man, Al don't promote his own show. We're going to talk, Al. All right, so the chat room, here's what we got on. Richie says, at our age, do we have time to clean our water? I don't think so. Yes, and I'm going to reply to that, and absolutely, we do have time. We have time, and we have to make time, because what happens is if in my experience, if you go from one relationship to the next, you didn't get a chance to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I took time, in my situation, and said, you know what, this isn't working. Let me be cool. Let me be by myself. So I was able to learn myself, to clear my water, in Al's words, so that I could better serve the next person. You know what I'm saying? Like that has been the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And that's the vibe. When you go from one to the next, you tend to carry over a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't detox. And I think that's what Renee was saying. We don't detox. And you got to detox out of a relationship. It's nothing to take a few months and just be alone. You know what I'm saying? Take, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, and be alone and learn yourself. You know what I'm saying? Learn yourself. Listen, I'm telling you, love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Listen, masturbation works. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Start there. Start loving yourself with your hands, right? You know what I'm saying? Start loving yourself with your hands. He said that's a healthy way to move forward, 100%. Let's see. Richie says that's 100. There you go. My partner is 75 and I am 62. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on, cougar. Hold on, let's see what's happening. This is Diane. She says, my partner is 75 and I'm 60. Oh, it's reverse cougar, sorry. For us, it's about enjoying each other's company and having the same interests. We travel a lot, and it's amazing to share these experiences together.
God bless you.
Richie laughed. Robin says, wow, that's accountability. Absolutely. And for real, take a year out. Okay, for real, I took a year out for myself. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Get to know you. Love yourself. That's all I'm saying. Love yourself. But what I'm seeing here is right there, Diane Cameron, what she's saying is my partner is 75 and 62. For us, it's about, and exactly, it becomes more like this is your buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is your pal. Yeah. This is your travel companion. This is your death partner. This is, and I think it, and I think it's less about sex. You know what I'm saying? Sex could be in the mix, but I think it's less about sex and more about that having that female companion or male companion that you get along with. you know, and you enjoy being with, and you enjoy spending time with, and you cook together, and you go to the movies, and that becomes your buddy. It's like your friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the benefit of having that friend is every now and again, you be like, right? And that's the benefit of that. But that's kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think if I'm out, I don't really feel the need for the sexual thing. You know what I'm saying? If that pops and that happens, and that's dope.
It's all good.
But you know what? I'm more interested in the conversation, I think. What can we talk about? You know, what can we build on? Or just talk. You know what I'm saying? And if I can't talk to you, I don't like you.
Especially if there's going to be an argument all the time.
Yeah. If I, you know what I'm saying? So
I feel it's
very true. The friendship is more important. That's what Renee says.
Conversation is highly important, and I'm one for conversation. I think that at 50, I mean, you get people who, from their past relationships, they don't really, as how Renee said, they don't detox, and they bring stuff from their past relationship into the new relationship.
Right.
Well, what about actually, when you've been with somebody for so long? Let's say, for instance, 50 years old, you've been with somebody for something like 30 years. I mean, it's hard to be alone for like all that time.
Well, nobody said it was easy. What I'm just saying is that when you move
Building a bridge ain't easy, bro, but they build them.
If you're gonna go into the next relationship, you got to really fix yourself.
Right.
You have to fix yourself. And I don't think a lot of people are really clear on that, on what it means to fix themselves, because there's some things that, you know, you do in the past relationship that you're going to bring it over into the next relationship. Like that's not cool. So you really have to be conscious on, you know, what you do, what toxic traits you have or developed that you don't bring into the next relationship.
Right. And Diane Cameron agrees. She says, so true, Gary. And Renee Mickens says, there are some toxic people out here. I'd rather be alone than deal with the toxicity. Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
That's true. I agree with that.
You know, I mean, what happens with that is you run into, what's the word? Narcissist,
Yes.
right?
Oh, absolutely.
Narcissist and this toxic thing. And I think over 50, you tend to recognize that really quickly. Like it's not like before where you get involved and then you figure it out, and by then you're already 2 kids in or whatever. You kind of really recognize it off the cuff when you're in that toxic type of relationship, or when you're with somebody that's been through a toxic relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's equally as devastating to the new relationship, because they bring that to the situation.
Right.
And you're sitting there going, but that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do those things to you. You know, like, why are you putting that on me? You know what I'm saying? So,
but then also too, you have some people that I guess the toxic relationship, like on one hand, I want someone that's going to be good for me and do all the right things, but you keep going back to the same type of toxic person that you're accustomed to, right? Is the name and face change, but the quality of the person, that toxic person is what you always go back to, and I think that's another major problem.
Also, something that you got to understand, like some people say, "Oh, it takes so much work." Well,
it's not easy.
A relationship is not easy. That's one, but it shouldn't be after your 50s. It shouldn't be a point where you have to work so hard for it.
Yeah, but I know I ain't easy.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like by that time, you should be already used to something. You already know their ways.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Richie says, I have trust issues. Farrell says, I don't think it's always about you being broken or having baggage in a relationship. Sometimes you just grow apart, and that's true.
Well, okay.
Sometimes you just go, this is done. You know what I'm saying? And you could be on different levels. You could start out where you're on the same level, but then after that, you move to different levels. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I have one.
What
if you guys do break up? That's one. But then you kind of like once in a while just see each other anyway.
Well, I mean, that's called love. You know what I'm saying? Like that's love. That's familiarity. That's you know, like, you know, I mean, a relationship that you've been rocking 20 years or 30 years, I'm sorry, it just doesn't end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not like it's just, it's over. And it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? The over is usually a long sort of drawn out process, right? This long drawn out process of over. And then on the other side of over comes friendship, which is really ironic. Like you'll be like, it's over, right? And then there's nothing sexual going on, but then this person then becomes your friend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been down that road. I've been the long drawn out thing is going on, and then the next thing it actually is over, but you find a friend in that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how that works. And he's right. It doesn't always have to be that you're broken. Sometimes you grow apart. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just you look at one, and especially during the pandemic, right? During the pandemic, when we got locked up with our significant others,
Jesus,
that you were used to going out, right? You were used to going out, 8 hours a day, right? So that was your job, right? Then it took you 2 hours to get there and 2 hours to get home. So that's 12 hours out of the day that you ain't even dealing with this person, right? Now you stuck with him. You can't go out. There's nowhere to go. He can't go nowhere. She can't go nowhere. And you're looking at each other like, who the hell are you?
I'm going to kill you. Go to sleep.
Right, because I don't even know you. And then all of a sudden you realize, and that's what made the pandemic so bad, because then a lot of people realized that they didn't really like their spouse. They saw, it made the grow apart really like in your face. And a lot of people during the pandemic, in our age group, in our 40s and 50s, they actually their relationships went south because of that, because they were used to raising the kids together. Because they were working parents and they weren't really home, and they were and they had to schedule time. Now you're in a place where you can't even leave. And the last time you actually talked to this motherfucker was 30 years ago. I'm sorry. I mean, the last time you talked to somebody is 30 years ago, Rocky D. I'll see you when I get back. Ah, there you go. Okay.
Who's that?
That's Ritzy. So I'm just saying, because that's really what it was. Like, you hadn't talked to this person in 30 years.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, y'all stuck together. Oh, shit.
What are you
I was
doing,
kidding. Oh,
You're
okay,
right.
Rich, yeah.
I mean, also too.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, Renee Mickens says, trapped. Yes. Yes. LaFonda says, certain energies attract the same characteristics. Piggybacking from what Gary said. LOO, okay. Uncoupling. That's what Robin always has this slick stuff she says.
What did she say?
Uncoupling.
What?
Literally, because that's kind of what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coupling.
Uncoupling.
Yeah, but she's supposed to be sitting there saying it.
I know, she's sitting at home.
Right.
I know exactly what she's doing because we did this one night. Sat on the couch and we watched the show, right? Drinking wine and just watching the show.
Really?
Yeah, she's got the big 75-inch TV. She's watching the show right now. Hey, Robbie. So I'm reaching out through the TV right now. I'm reaching out and I'm pulling you through the camera. That's what I'm doing. Yes, trapped. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
More breakups during the pandemic. Al Pizarro says that.
Yeah, definitely more. Yeah, definitely. That was what's going on.
Hillary says,
Yes.
50 is the age of creating new opportunities, self-reflections, transitions, and knowing your worth. A time to revive one's interest in self-development. A time to do you and to get rid of things that makes no sense.
Right. There you go.
Exactly.
And that's true.
Hold on. Don't say it, Rock. Don't say it. Renee, you can't say that to her because she's not here. Renee says, hey, Robin. No, stop. She's not here.
Right. Robin's in the chat, Renee.
Yeah, she's in the chat room. She's not here. Don't say, hey, Robin. No, she's not here.
But I feel like I should call her.
Let's
call her.
Let's call Robin.
Call her.
Call Robin.
Just get her in there.
Yeah.
Really, 50 is the new, okay, that's exactly what I'm doing too. She said it.
We know you like a book.
She's hanging back. Yeah, she's hanging back. She's chilling. So, 50 is the time for new beginnings, right? Listen, if you get out of a relationship that you've been in, then you need to do something new. But the first new you need to do is find the new you.
Exactly. That's
Right? Find the new you, be by yourself, find a new you, and then you move forward, and then you create opportunities, right? The opportunities could be new love, new job, new career, right? Because now the kids have grown. You got grandkids, right? So you can actually say to yourself, you know what? I've always wanted to do ... And you do these things. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to travel. I always wanted to do pottery. I always wanted to, I went to the, one week when I didn't do the show, I went to a guy's house to teach him a CPR class, right?
Okay.
This dude was a Hasidic Jew. I was in Williamsburg in the belly of the beast, baby. Like it was the whole thing, right? Dude looked like a rabbi, right?
Yeah.
So I go to the house, right? Beautiful house. And he wants me to teach him CPR. This dude's like, easily he had to be about 65, 70, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do CPR. And the house is quiet. They don't have a TV, so I can't play video because they don't have TVs in those houses. Okay. No electronics except for a cell phone. Right. That's what they have there. And I think the dad is the only one with the cell phone. Everybody was hidden away from me. And the one thing about this dude is that I'm going to give him like at least 69. He decided to become an EMT.
Yeah.
At 69 years old. He decided to take the EMS exam at 69. The dude just got out of the hospital from being intubated 3 weeks before that, right? Because he went for the gastric bypass surgery and it went a little left on him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So before that, he was intubated and he was in a coma for like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? And then he comes out and he wants to be an EMT. New beginnings. Right? You can do these things. You can say, what were my interests as a kid? What did I want to do? You know what I'm saying? So that's the new beginnings, and that's what it was for me when I was at 40. At 40, up until then, all I did was music. Then I went into EMS and became EMT and then a paramedic, right? And that was kind of my new beginning. And then it happened again in 50, once, I was out of a relationship and then it was like, okay, new life. So what happened to me? I had never lived alone, right? My entire life, I always lived with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I was always in a relationship my entire life. And for the first time, I was alone. And I was like, this is really crazy. There's no kids. There's nobody hounding me, right? Trust me, the last 5 years of relationship was terrible. But all of a sudden, I'm in this big house alone. And then I had to get to know myself. You know what I'm saying? So thank God I had little test runs during the pandemic, because during the pandemic, they would leave and I would be in the house by myself. But then when it finally came to, I didn't even know what to do half the time. So I know what Richie is saying, and I know what Rocky's saying. It ain't easy to go, I'm going to be by myself after you've been conditioned to be with somebody or be around people. You know what I'm saying? You go home, no one's making dinner for you. You're not making dinner for anybody. There's nobody to talk to, no movie. But then in the same token, right, chances are your relationship wasn't that great anyway, right? So you're like, you know what? Phew, relief, but I need to know me. And then you got to figure yourself out. That's kind of the deal. The chat room, we got very true. She said, so how do you start over at 50? That's what Robin says. So how do you find love after 50? Swamis? What she said, swamis?
What?
Swamis. Educate us. How do you find love after 50? That's a good one, because I want to talk about that. Because there's a lot of things that go left with that. That's exactly what I'm doing, too. That she's getting saucy. Very true. Okay. Farrell says, this also works in reverse, where people confuse the frustration around the logistics of life of their relationship, which is true. That can get a little dicey. So dating at 50, guys, they're asking you a question. It's Robin. She's always, Hillary says, by loving yourself first. Okay. Chat room went on fire.
Didn't you say something about masturbation? That's what he said that already.
No, I didn't. No, wait. No, she said loving yourself first.
And that's what you
loving
said.
Loving you. Yeah, very true. So, I know some of you guys definitely probably, how did you find a new relationship after 50, or did you? You know what I'm saying? Because the dating scene is very different. Mm-hmm. It's not the same as it was when we were dating. It was live contact. You met somebody in school or at work or at the bar or in a club or whatever, and that doesn't exist anymore. Some people do online dating, right? And the problem with that is a lot of people that do online dating that are our age, we're expecting a certain caliber of individual, right? And where we usually end up with is an individual that is socially challenged. Right? Like, wow. There's something very wrong with them. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a reason why they couldn't relate in situations that, and I'm not saying all online dating is bad, because I'm doing a wedding on at the end of August, and this couple met online and they got married. But as I talked to them, I got to tell you, I did see that there was an awkwardness, not between them, but an awkwardness just in general. Okay. You know what I'm saying? that I didn't think they really did well in social settings. That was like the sense that I got. They found each other in this awkwardness, but I felt like they didn't perform well in, at a club or at a party or like that in social settings. And I mean, they're getting married, so love can be found online. But have any of you dated online? I'm just kind of asking.
Yeah. I ain't got the personality for that. I got no time.
Are you socially challenged, Rocky?
Yo, let me tell you something. I've been with somebody for so long. It's hard to just pick up somebody. As a matter of fact, I've been hit on by a few ladies at a time because I suck at it.
Right.
After being with the same person for so long, it's hard to just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, how you doing?"
True. Which they don't even respond to that anymore. They're like, sexual harassment. You're like, I just said, how you doing? Like, but it's the tone you used. How you doing?
How you doing, you sexy beast?
Yeah, see, right. Yeah, okay. See, Rocky's going, He's going to be that guy in 10 years that we're going to hear the stories about. Yep. Mm-hmm. Sexy beast. Is that sexy? I don't know. Like, you sexy beast. I don't know, because it's kind of like insulting, but not. Like, suppose she's been called a beast all her life. Like, I don't, like, and it wasn't a good beast.
So freca sucia, ven acá. That means you're nasty, dirty. Get over here.
As you can see, Ritzy.
Alrighty then.
He's obviously with no one. Because with that rap, ain't nothing happening. You hear this shit? You hear the stuff he talking? That's why he's single. There you go. Because that's his rap. It's crazy. Super turn off. This guy is an expert in turning broads off. Man, he says, no, I don't like online dating. That makes me feel desperate. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it does. Once again, I think Renee's older, and it would make me feel desperate too. I'd be like, yeah, let me put up a profile.
I think.
How about you? You do some online dating, Gary?
No.
Tell me about it.
Come on, buddy. Let's hear it. Come on. Let me hear it.
No, I have never done online dating, but I have met some good friends, some really good friends.
Okay.
I think that, what's supposed to happen or should happen, you got to have conversation with people. Like, I don't, in this whole online dating thing, people want to, like, they want to connect immediately and then, tomorrow let's go meet for coffee. Like, I need to talk to you. Like, I'm not just going to show up. You understand?
Right.
Like, let me get to feel you out, vibe with you and stuff like that. And I think some people, or I guess there are a lot of people that are so, I don't know, desperate, if you will, for a relationship, and they don't want to take the time to really get to, like, and I'm not against meeting someone online, but at least take the time to talk to them. Now we got, we could video chat and stuff like that.
Right.
And,
Robin said Gary's lying.
Robin,
Gary's lying.
Robin, I have never.
That's the wine kicking in.
See, here we go. See, so.
Oh wait, hold on. Richie says she says it's hard to start over after 35 years. That's true. And she said also, I also don't want to start training at 52. And that's true too. You know what I'm saying? Like Farrell says, Rocky sounds like the Hispanic Austin Powers.
I
gotta hit the new button on that one. Yeah. Damn. Word. Go ahead, Gary. We are so goofy today.
So yeah, gosh, now y'all made me lose my train.
Go ahead.
But I think that so with me, one, I've never dated online, but I think that, but I'm not opposed to meeting a friend online, getting to know them, and if you become that close over time, then something could happen. But you got a lot of people that they want to. They become friends in one day, and 2 days later they want to go meet up and talk about a future that they want to have. I'm like, you got to get to know somebody first.
Well, actually, you described dating online. You got to meet. You're dating them before you meet them.
It's not even dating, dude. It's like, I know people that
I think it's bizarre.
I know people that have
Spit it out.
that they've connected on the same day online. And 2 days later, they want to go have coffee or dinner. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like,
Big shout out to Justine Marie. She's in the building. What's up, Just? She says, what's up? So,
How you doing?
okay. LaFonda says it's much harder now with the dating after 50 for the simple fact more is required of you. More is required. You become set in your ways. The older you become, it's kind of hard to adapt, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? It says, love that first sight, Gary. That's what it's called. That's what LaFonda said. Love at first sight. So, Gary, describe his dating life right now. Oh, wow. You know that's Robin starting crap.
Come on, let's go.
Right? I mean, I will say, I want to address, let me see. It is harder to date after 50 because you are more is required of you than you're willing to give, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you become you're a certain thing already. You've become who you are. Mm-hmm. So the person's got to be down with you with who you are. You know what I'm saying? They got to love you for you. You know what I'm saying? And understand who you are. And then vice versa. You got to love them for them. You got to be like, you know what? Where's our common ground?
But I was going to say that I think even though by the time you reach 50, people are in their own ways, but
without a doubt.
But in any relationship, there's supposed to be a compromise somewhere. Like, what are you willing to, I guess, hold back on or not, or give up to make that relationship happen? Now, some people is like, and I've heard some people say, "Nah, I'm not changing. I'm me."
But when you're over 50, that's basically what you're gonna get. I am who I am. This is who I am. Take it or leave it.
Well, and I think that's why a lot of people over 50, they have problems in getting a relationship. Nobody is saying that, you got to compromise everything or half of or half of who you are. But I think that there could be a little give and take to make a relationship work.
There should be. In every relationship.
Right. It should be a little give and take to make it work because nothing is perfect.
I mean, Farrell says, but that's how we should have been doing from the beginning.
From the beginning, yeah, but sometimes you're a little
late. Being our true
right?
self.
Sometimes
right?
you're a little late.
If you have skid marks in your underwear after 50, stay single.
What the hell?
That's Robin. In other words, if you got the skids, right? I mean,
that's funny.
Stay single. I don't know, because doesn't your ass drop out after 50 or something wild happens? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What's his name? The comic said that, the Spanish comic with the big head, George Lopez. He said his caboose got a little loose after 50. So, that's Jeff says I'm calling in. All right, Jeff.
All right,
Jeff is calling in. Oh, my God.
Oh, Jeff, Robin, what's going on here? All right, let's do this.
Fucking party. We have a party line. She knows I'm calling.
She's not picking up.
Robin, pick up.
Pick up the phone, Robin.
She's doing it.
Hello.
Hey.
Robin.
Hey, guys.
What's going on? What's up, Robbie?
That's me.
I see you giving Gary crap in the chat room.
Listen. First of all, I'm on my couch. I'm watching the show. I'm drinking my wine, just like you said, and I don't like that. I don't like that you know me that well. Not cool. Not cool. You're a bastard. I gotta tell you.
I was like, I know exactly what she's doing right now. Because she was way too engaged. She's chilling.
I love the topic. The topic is wonderful.
Yeah.
And women will hate me, for saying what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it. Well, from my perspective, love has different stages. When you're young, it's more like a, wanderlust. It's like, ooh, what am I getting into? This is exciting, And then, things end and you're heartbroken, you cry a little bit. Then, at a certain age, you want to have kids. So you have kids, you find the guy you want to have kids with, and he turns out not to be so great. So, whether you stay with him or not, things don't work. You have to work, you go to school or whatever. And then you use it for what you wanted at the time. Like, women, in my experience, well, I'll just use me. when the kids are young, you raise them, you work, you go through all the motions, and you wait for them to get older so that you can go out and do your thing. Whether the relationship works or not. After a certain period of time, just like Rock said, he had to sit down by himself and reevaluate who he was, which was the most perfect idea. Everyone has to have that time to sit down and figure out what they want, who they are, and what they can give to a relationship. That is the most important thing. Sometimes you're like, I'm not with the shit. I'm not with the shit. I don't want to deal with it. But at a certain level, you are mature enough to know who you are, and you know what partner you want to have. That actually, for women, tends to be a challenge after 50.
Okay.
Men who are 50 can date younger women, but women who are 50 may not have that, advantage.
Right.
When it comes to income, when it comes to life situations, women are very much limited when it comes to dating after 50.
Right.
So say, for example, say you were a hoe from the time you were 16 to 25.
Okay, Rob. I love this. Go ahead, Robin. Go.
No, I'm saying if you're a hoe from the time you're 16 to 25, you don't care about that. But after 25, if you've been to school, you got out of school, you're looking and focusing on the family, you want to leave that old whole sheet behind. You want to leave that rap sheet in the past.
Right.
You want to start over. You want to have kids. You want to have a family.
You want to be respectable.
But then, maybe your man's not at the same level you are. Maybe he's just marrying you because he was forced to, or he was pressured into it. He may not be ready. So you got a mismatch here, and you both are not mature enough to understand what coupling means. Once if that relationship ends and she's a single parent, first of all, she's a single parent, ain't no man gonna really want to wife her. It takes a special kind of relationship for that to happen.
Right.
And then you raise your kids however you can. You hustle, you bustle, you do what you got to do, and they're grown. They leave. And then you have to figure out, not only are you alone, but your whole role is gone. You were a mom all the time, and now that's over.
Right.
So what do? All parents, whether it's a woman or a man, once they fulfill their parently obligations, they have to actually sit down and figure out what the next phase is for them, whether you're married or not. So you have to sit down and figure out a way in which you have to plan out the rest of your life and do it in a new way. It's a new perspective. It's a new world. Women are with women, men are with men now, and we're old school. We're the last of our generation.
Right.
Honestly, people in our 50s are the last of the generation. We are civil rights kids, and back in the days when our parents were, everybody was married.
Right.
When we were kids,
That's true.
Everyone was married.
That's true.
Right.
So now everything goes, and you have to go and you're back dipping your feet into the dating pool when everything is about being online or not really meeting with people.
I'm good.
And not, interacting with people on a personal level. This is strange shit.
Right.
And people still have baggage. And I got to tell you, speaking from an African American point of view, Black people still Black people still have problems mentally. We still suffer from PTSD.
Right.
But PTSD.
Yeah.
We still have to, reconcile the fact that we're Black and we're still being, ostracized in the general sense of society.
Right.
So how do you connect with someone who is suffering from PTSD, from being discriminated against, all of these things, and try to make a family? And remember, you're at 50, after 50, you're a grandparent.
Yeah.
That's right.
9 times.
So you are now, if you're dating someone in your age group, you have to blend families anyway.
Yeah, right. That's right.
So it's kind of like, okay, so, and like I said before, again, we are the last of our generation. Everybody in our generation, our parents have been married. So it's kind of like we have to reinvent the wheel to teach the young people. It's our duty, actually, to teach them the traditional ways of how things were done.
Got you. Because it's
But
real different now.
We have to learn about ourselves first. We have to be healthy and whole in order to do that.
That's true. And I agree with that because I fight with that within myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm very conscious. I try to be very conscious about if I'm in a relationship about my own bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I try to be very conscious about that because you have to be, you know what I'm saying, at this stage in the game. And there is definitely amount of trauma that happens to you just simply from being a black person in America. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Hold on, Robbie. Hold on. We're going to have a party line. We're bringing everybody on the show today. I'm going to get Jeff. Hold on. Jeff is trying to call in.
Oh, Jeff, yay.
Yeah, let me get Jeff. I'm getting Jeff right now. Hold on.
Hey, Rocky. Hey, Gary.
Hey, Robin. How you doing, Robin?
Hold on, Robbie. I'm putting Jeff on. Jeff Rommel. Jeff Rommel's in the house. I got Robin on the phone.
Hey, Jeff.
How we doing?
Loving you. That's all I have to say.
Loving you. It's easy because you're beautiful.
Oh, we're going there.
So I'm going to come in next week. I'm going to come into the show next week. So I don't know who's going to be there, but I'm going to come in next week.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah,
miss
all right.
I wanted to touch base on what Robin was saying. Most definitely it is difficult.
What'd you say, Jeff?
Is that me?
No, that's Robin. She's got motorcycles riding past her window.
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, so she definitely is right. What happens is the word compromise and the word submission is two words that plague the male and female people that come in together as a couple. Because the word submission, women don't like it because they feel like it puts them in a box. It puts them in a certain expectation. And the word submission, the word compromise for men, a lot of them feel like they're losing their manhood, you know what I'm saying, inside their relationship. That is also as evidenced by what Robin says, after a while, when you grow children and then your children become of adult age, you're left with trying to refine yourself, trying to find who you are because a lot of your identity is being a caretaker. So definitely after a certain age, you have to, find yourself, find who you are, and that's paramount if you want to bring that into another relationship if you happen to be single. Now, another thing Robin said too is that, after a certain age, you're stuck in your ways. So a lot of women, women still want to keep that safety and stability after a certain age. So they might not necessarily entertain the young man because what is the young man going to bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? He's still horny. He wants to do a whole bunch of things. And she's still got a mortgage. She's got to worry about her life insurance. She's got to worry about the next couple of years of her life. She needs full stability. She don't need a man coming and playing games of her life. You know what I'm saying? So dating also now, after a certain age, you are within who you are. You are who you are. You're not going to change. So the word compromise doesn't exist after a certain age. You know what I'm saying? The word submission doesn't exist after a certain age because you're no longer pliable. You're no longer pliable. So therefore now on your dating field, now after 50, like Robin said, you're looking for someone who's going to bring something to the table. So don't bring, a lot of us definitely have baggage, but I like to tell people when you come off a relationship, whether it's 15 years, 10 years, whatever, don't say I lost 10 years of my life. Don't say I lost 15 years of my life. Because when you try to court a woman or court a man or whatever it is, right, you bring a resume. You bring your best foot forward. And it's in your resume. When they ask you, what are you going to bring or taking care of a woman or taking care of a house. You know, what that happened to not work, but now I'm somebody new to build.
That's dope. That's actually dope. The resume thing is dope. I love that.
Yo.
15 years. That's great.
That's Jeff. Word up, Jeff.
So do all hoes can old hoes? So you've been a hoe for 15, 16 years. Can you erase it after 50 in a new relationship?
If you've been hoeing for 16 years.
Yeah, or 35, depending on how old you are.
Listen, you know, there's a thing in Creole that says, "Say, what does that mean? What does that mean is if you have two children, if you have one children, only your children would say, "Hey, that you're not a virgin." So I don't want the reverb. Hold on, sorry. So basically, your body count is on you. You know what I'm saying? Your body count is on you. If you know that you're promiscuous,
Did we lose Jeff? Hold on, wait. Did my phone die? No, I'm good. Robbie, you there?
a flashlight.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey,
I got you on mute because I know the background is crazy.
Okay. You're back, Jeff. Go.
okay. No one's gonna go with a measuring tape inside your vagina and say, "Hey, you know, this wall is wide, this wall is too tall, this wall is this and that." You know what I'm saying? So basically,
I beg to differ, Jeff. I'm going in with the measuring tape. I want to know. I come in with a yardstick. I'm like, let's see how deep this goes, honey. Hold on. Let me get that whiff going. Whoa, hey. Hold on.
Women got different techniques. Women got rejuvenation.
I'm just joking.
You know, they got the hot vinegar and the Guinness. They got things to do. You know what I'm saying? They got things to make it tight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm like,
Kegels, yeah. Kegels work, girls. Kegels work, girls.
did you say seagulls? What'd you say works? Kegels? Oh, Kegels. Kegel, do Kegels.
Kegels work. Yes, keep it right, keep it tight.
Oh, yeah. Vagina definitely gets bigger.
Right, keep it tight. So they got big things
After
going
50.
on. You know what I'm saying? So us men, you know, as long as we get in the hole, we good.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we appreciate it. No, we do. Especially men at 50. You're like, if you can maintain a good stiff, lead and you get it in a hole, that's an achievement. You're like, yeah. You don't care what it is.
You know what? I think, you know what? I got a test for you guys.
Uh-oh.
So, I don't know how many of you are on dating profiles, but if you go on a dating profile and you say, I'm a woman, right? I'm a woman, I'm 35 or 50. You can say 50, 51.
Okay.
And you can make that profile look any way you want to. You could pick the baddest chick and say, I'm 51, and see how many people come to her page. At 50, for women, it's like death.
Really?
It's like death.
What do you mean?
It's
Nobody comes to your page?
I don't have one.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean you, Robbie. I meant this general thing. Because now I'm going to find Robbie's page.
As far as like a man and a woman, it would be a great social experiment to try it and see what happens.
Okay. So like going like Match.com.
For men at 50, dating is much more open. You may have to make a little bit more money.
Right.
Because that would be a factor. But for women, it doesn't matter how much money she has. She will not get as many responses as a man would get at the same age.
Got you. Heather Happ says, I'm depressed. Okay, Heather, you must pontificate upon that. I think she's laughing. She's got a laughing face. She's like, I'm depressed. I guess she's depressed at dating over 50 because I think she just turned 50, pretty much. Hey, Michelle, Marie, how you doing? Good evening. I think Heather just turned 50. How's dating been for you after 50, Heather? Just throw it in the chat. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I think if I had a dating profile, I'd want to date somebody over 50. I wouldn't want to date anybody in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? We just don't have anything in common.
Nothing.
You have to be at least in my generation so that we can function.
Absolutely.
You know, on many levels. You know what I'm saying? I think I would go for the 50, you know, up till about, 50 to 60, 8 years older than me. I'm not, it's not too much. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I would go for. But are you saying, Robbie, that there's not a lot of men over, I guess so, that men over 50 aren't looking for women over 50?
She's there?
I don't think men are at 50 are looking at women that are 50, because men mature later, definitely, right? And we are still looking for the magic.
Okay.
A woman at our age, they're not gonna fall for our bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna look at as daddy anymore. You know what I'm saying? We have this certain cup, this certain ego that the young woman we feel, would fill up our cup. When the older woman may not have time for that, may not have time to entertain your coyness because she's about something serious. So that's why men, and plus men too, we are. I'm not saying we're
Did we lose Jeff?
dumb, but we think linear. And what we're looking for the young person, to try our, manhood on, to try our gift of gab, to try our thing on, where the older woman, the more experienced woman, won't allow us to get behind enemy lines. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the younger woman, she's not really privy to our talk. She's not really privy to the swag. You know what I'm saying? So she'll be a little bit more pliable. So that makes it more, as an incentive for us.
I just want to. Oh, don't, Jeff. I want to address the chat room real quick. Heather says 48, so yeah, 50. Yeah, it's kicking in. Farrell says, Rock, you've always been an AARP chaser. No doubt. I was like, you saw American Pie? Yeah, American Pie? I had sex with Stifler's mom. I was that kid. You know what I'm saying? I like them older. Heather says, my dad is 70, and he told me yesterday he's looking for a woman in her 50s.
That's different, though.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. Me, I was always a cougar hunter, as a younger man, because I don't know. I like the smell of an older woman. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like the way she looked down when she's on top of me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So she looks like she's commanding it. Yeah, I'm older than you. I can fuck your life up, and then the vagina been somewhere.
You like the smell of that? You like the smell of that Jean Nate, huh?
Exactly.
Here we go again.
You old if you use Jean Nate. You know what I'm saying? Like the smell of that Jean Nate.
Them lotions, them raised back lotions, them old school stuff. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So, and the powder too. When they use the powder under the titty, I love that old shit. So that was my thing. And I understand that. As I got older, I still have a thing for older women. It's because, the language is different. You know what I'm saying? The maturity, a woman my age at that time in my early 20s, they didn't have conversation.
By the way, I'm sorry. Michelle Marie says you're a Ben Gay lover. That's what it is. Right?
There you go.
That's what they call us, Ben Gay lovers.
Ben Gay lovers, yep.
Put on that Ben Gay, baby. I love that smell. That minty. Yeah, you gotta love Ben Gay. Hold on. Oh, I want to address something, Jeff, real quick, because I've been in the chat room all day. It's been very active. Michelle Marie says, I do find that I get a lot of younger men interested in me, but to find a man within 10 years of me is hard.
Yeah.
Ben Gay lover?
That's what's up.
Come on.
You got it. Michelle, how old are you, Michelle?
She's 58. She put in
58?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wow. Congratulations.
She's a baby.
She's 58. Yeah. 4 years. She's got 4 years on me. Wow, that's dope. Okay. So she's saying she can't find somebody within 10 years. 68, don't really know if you want that, Michelle. 68, that's like 1 foot in the grave. Matter of fact, the dirt is like neck high. So I don't know if you want that. Yeah, you might not want to do that. Let me see. Proud Mungo says, I shoot my shot at a 30 or 60-year-old women player. He said, okay, whatever was happening. No, 48 and above. Okay, so she goes 48 and above. Yeah. So she's 58, 48 and above. 68, you might want to cap it there. I just want to say that 68, 78, I mean, you're going for the insurance policy at 78. You know what I'm saying? Like it.
Yeah, make sure the insurance policy is ironclad.
Yeah, and it's on, and you get the money. It's 78. So, I know we have a lot less years in front of us than we do behind us. I know that. So it gets a little bit more difficult when you're in your 50s to date over your age, really, because the field is very different. You're dealing with people. Before, if I was when I was 14 to date somebody at 24 was some slick shit. You know what I'm saying? Now at 54 to date somebody 64. You might be dealing with a walker, oxygen. You know what I'm saying? You got to carry them upstairs slow. And the smell of Ben Gay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Michelle says she has a fix for that 78-year-old. She says, I have a supply of Viagra then. Okay, all right, cool.
Okay, look at
She's
you.
going to keep them stiff with it in the pencil. David Pratt says, I'm 56. Hold on. I'm 56, married for 17 years, and I have a lovely daughter who's 14. He married late. He married late. He married late. Married for 17 years.
She is a wonderful little girl. I know her.
Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, and he had kids late. Wait, okay.
David
Jackie
Pratt,
said,
my man.
when I was younger, I liked older men. Jackie Mercer says, when I was older, I liked older men. After 50, I like younger men because most of the older men couldn't handle me. Okay, there it is. She's saying what it is. Ooh, wow. She says, I don't, it's just me. It's just me, but the older men I've met are idiots. Okay.
Wow. All right.
This is getting good. I'm loving this shit. Hold on.
Oh shit.
I don't look my age. So let me see. I don't look my age. So I look a lot younger. And younger men approach me. Some of them are my son's age. Okay. Or a little older. I blush, and I'm not dating a man I'm not dating a man my son's age. Yeah, that would kind of suck because they went to high school together. I haven't dated in a while because I didn't want to deal with most of these men's BS. Okay. Yes, I want to. Let me see. What did David say? Yes, I wasn't ready to get married at a young age. Okay, because he went older. Jeff, Robin.
Yep.
Yes, Robbie.
Well, I don't know what happened to Robin.
I don't know.
Is Robin here?
I can feel her eyes on the TV though. I know she's watching.
She's serving herself.
Yeah.
She's serving.
I know. She probably wanted to get another glass of wine. She has a beautiful wine
that's
server.
The cool thing because you know what? Age doesn't necessarily mean maturity.
No,
not at all.
That's a good point.
Not at all.
We all see that. Age doesn't necessarily mean maturity. So definitely, I mean, we have the opposite where, the young, I want to address the young woman, well, that says that she deals with younger men because older men can't take her. Now, when she means older men can't take her, doesn't mean her attitude or sexuality. If it's sexuality, I'll be understand, but 8 out of 10 times the man can't take me because maybe she has an attitude or maybe they can't take her personality. Once again, at a certain age, you don't have that time to deal with a person's personality or to circumvent around any type of stubbornness that you may have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm curious to know in what aspect of her that she's saying that a man can't handle her.
Okay, Jackie, you hear that? So Jeff is asking, in what aspect are you saying that the man can't handle you? Is it from a mental standpoint, in terms of personality, or is it a sexual standpoint because you're a dynamo and you're like, I'm going to ground you to dust? Like, if that's what's happening. So that's what we want to find out. Farrell says people are living much longer. Scientists say the person that will live to 150 has already been born. Huh. you may have a long run starting over at 50. 3 lifetimes to be exact. Okay.
Well,
That sounds great.
I think that when it comes to
Go, Gary.
when it comes to mature women and dealing with older men, I think that sometimes there can be this clash, because I know me being 51, I'm not going to deal with a woman that's going to have an attitude. Like, I'm just not going to tolerate that. Like, so, and for a woman to feel like, well, oh, a man's not, he may not, an older man is not going to tolerate her attitude, so she wants to deal with a younger guy. Okay, then I could understand that, because I know most older men in my age, they don't want to deal with a woman's attitude. And dealing with a woman's attitude is not necessarily a bad thing. What I'm saying is that, like, you gotta learn how to communicate. And I think that sometimes with some of these women, because they are accustomed to being a certain way, and I guess they're stuck in their way. So they figure by the time they reach this point, well, oh, this is how I am. So because I have an attitude, then this is how it is.
Well, Jackie addressed that. She just addressed that.
Some
she
guys not going to deal with it, and some guys ain't going to deal with it.
She said mentally and sexually, no need to go any further. Okay. She put that. Michelle Marie says, I know a lot of younger men that have old souls, which is great, but still can't date someone my kid's age, that is 29 and 32, but will enjoy them for the... Okay, so what is that symbol?
Yeah.
Can someone is that...
Let me look and see. Hold on.
Is that what is that symbol? Enjoy them for the...
Vegetables?
The D. That's the eggplant.
Yeah.
So the eggplant is the D.
So the eggplant represents the medical term, the penis.
Yes, it does.
The penis erectus.
Yes.
How old am I? I had no idea.
She says, but we'll enjoy him for the D. Okay. She's like, I won't date him, but I'll hump him.
Absolutely. Because honestly, the woman at that age will think, okay, what do you have to do for me? What do you have for me? You know what I'm saying? The young 30-year-old or 20-year-old, financially, they might not be at their peak.
Hit the light button,
they may still be in their careers. They may have baby mamas. They may have, other obligations at that age. So what can you really offer a woman older than you in the 50s or something like that? But, dick and conversation.
Listen, there's a reason why this whole cougar lifestyle has been very popular with a lot of women.
I'm not mad at it.
Right? So obviously you get some of these older women that...
Listen, there's a reason why.
Okay. Oh, Rock, I think there's a
something's going on. I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at it, right?
Oh boy, hold on. Go ahead. We good.
So yeah, as I was saying, there's a reason why this whole cougar lifestyle has been happening, and why a lot of women is into the cougar lifestyle, and that's fine and good, right? But that obviously deals with a sexual, from a sexual point. But when you're talking about, being intellectual and stuff like that, you get some guys that when they're 50, 51, I like to say by that time you're supposed to be more seasoned and a bit more refined. So you can have these different intelligent conversations. And more times than not, a younger person is not going to give that to you unless they have an old soul. And I was fortunate that I was the one that, I can't say I had, but when I was younger, I was the one that I was always told I had an old soul.
Okay.
So, and I've never had a problem. I've never had an issue.
So we say old soul, what you dated, where like women were like, that were getting Social Security checks? Like, how old are we talking?
Like, I was,
girl, I want your Social Security.
I was, 26. I was dating a woman that was 40.
Okay, no Social Security yet.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I did that.
It never got that crazy.
I think I was about 18. I dated someone who was like 35. I think I did that. Well, I don't even think it was dating. It was more like what Michelle Marie's talking about. I think it was more like that. Yeah, Michelle Marie's like, just. Yeah, I think it was a pipe thing. It wasn't really dating.
It was a pipe thing.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just a pipe thing.
And she needed a plumber, and you obliged.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Says can't date a broke man. Celine Walker says can't date a broke man over 50. Damn right. If your ass is broke, and you shouldn't be broke over 50.
No,
I'm
you
just saying.
should. No,
like,
you should not be broke.
if you're broke over 50 and you still live in your mother's basement, it's over. Okay. Let me see. I've never been a cougar, Mr. Rock. I'm a jaguar.
Okay.
I don't pounce on any man. I'm smooth. I have always been selective, as she said.
You gotta be selective.
That's it. Oh, that is so
Well,
sensual.
I say, no matter the cat, you'll still take it from the back.
No matter the cat, you'll still take the pipe from the back. Is that what you're saying there, Jeff?
Yep.
Oh, right
Cougar,
on.
Jaguar, tiger, whatever you want. Meow, meow. You're gonna bend it over and take it.
Listen, let me be clear. I am not putting older women down. First of all, I love older women. Let's start with that one, okay? So I'm not putting them down. I am joking, all right, when I say that. Broke is what the hell you've been doing all these years. Oh, yo, okay. LaFonda says, broke? What the hell you been doing all these years if your ass is broke? that would be my question. Like, yo, my man, you 50 and you broke. Like, what have you been doing with your life? She's right. Let me see. Are you still, Celine Walker says, are you still in the bed over 50? Are you still flexible in the bed over 50? Not if you have, if you're retaining water, it's probably tough to be flexible in the bed. You know, a lot of us have high blood pressure. That knee don't bend like it used to, you know what I'm saying? So that might be a tough. Michelle Marie says, yes, still flexible.
Okay.
She let us know. Regina Pendleton says, hello, everyone. Hey, you tuned in late, but I'm glad you came. That's always good to have a happen. Says, yo, yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, when you start retaining water and your feet look like a loaf of bread, you might not be that flexible in bed. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And if you are, I mean, God bless over 50. I'm just, you know, I've had the edema thing, and it was pretty weird.
Yeah, I'm still good to go.
Oh, still. Hold on, stop. You got a new hip. Cheater.
Guess what?
What?
And I can still lift.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's like, nigga, you ain't got all the parts you was born with, nigga. You have bionic. It's not even fair. Like another man come behind you, you had a bionic hip, nigga. What do you think was gonna happen? What do you think was gonna happen? Oh, please. All right. Bad knees is no bueno. You're absolutely right. Bad knees is rough. Because you know why? Because then you can't pick them up and put the knees up over your shoulders because the knees don't bend. And then you can't do doggy style because there's water in the knees and it hurts. So it becomes sort of like a side thing.
You can't do much.
You gotta go for the side thing.
I like that throwing the leg on the shoulder
You can't
thing.
do reverse cowgirl.
Yeah, it's
None of that.
yeah. The knees is shot, right? Michelle Marie says just use a pillow. Yeah, that's the deal. So I mean, once the knees are shot, then you gotta. It's no over the shoulder. It's no doggy style. Reverse cowgirl. Once again, the knees, right? She can't even be on her feet to try to do the reverse cowgirl. She got to be on her knees, right? So all you got is the side shot.
Or you back to missionary.
I got good knees.
Nah, but see, flat missionary is rough, right? Because you need elevation. So now you're right, because now you're dealing with flat. So now the feet are straight out like this and flat on the bed, and you're just kind of on top like when you were a kid, right? Before you actually knew that if you lift the feet, it was better. You know what I'm saying? If you lift the legs, so it's kind of yeah. I guess you're right. That would be a way to do that, I guess. So you got the side shot and flat missionary.
I like the
If you got to do
side shot is good.
Yeah, side shot.
Side shot
I
is
mean,
good.
you can lift the legs up. You know, if she got original parts in her hip, you can lift the legs up. Just don't bend the knees. Just give a little short V. You know what I'm saying? You see how the V can go. You see how the angle could go. If it's an obtuse triangle or isosceles triangle, you know what I'm saying? You can see what type of degree the legs should go to the side.
Well, Michelle seems to have a thing. Michelle says, get a pillow. Put a pillow. Yeah, I guess that, you know what? Because that would be kind of like if you have a pillow up under the buttocks that elevates the vagina to the correct level.
Or you take her legs and you get in push-up position. Don't put your knees nowhere. Just go right in. Legs up, push-up position, right in.
What are you talking about? What are we talking about? Are you doing the push-up?
Yes, no.
You're doing the push-up.
Yeah.
And her legs are straight. Up. But you see, they're like straight up. No bend.
Your arms got up.
Okay, but no bend, just straight up.
She's bent.
But that's the problem. That's the edema. You can't do it with the edema. That's what I'm saying. That's why Michelle Marie, she has it. She's like, yo, what you do is you put the pillow under the buttocks, right? So that you elevate the pelvis, right? So if the feet have to be straight out, you're still good.
I like the way you're trying to show it.
That is what it is. You know, I got to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? You're getting older. You got to work this thing out. You got to work it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, a lot of things happen.
Cramps. That's a bitch.
Crabs?
Cramps.
Oh, cramps. Oh, yeah. I'm like, we ain't got no crabs at 50.
Once you get that cramp point behind that leg, guys, what the done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, shit goes left with the cramp. Yeah, you be like, I got a cramp. Oh, like you in a stroke, you're like, yeah, baby. Yeah. Oh! She's like, what happened? Nothing. Oh, right, you're trying to stretch the leg out. Oh!
That shit happens both ways.
Is it good for you? Yeah.
That's both ways, brother.
That's why you gotta
that cramp shit happens both ways.
No, I'm just trying to, come on.
That's why you gotta stretch. You gotta stretch before sex. I'm just saying.
I didn't have to do that before.
I'm just saying.
My God.
I had an uncle who told me a thing. He said, when you get an older woman in the bed, you know what I'm saying, you put some tea on because y'all gonna need some tea afterwards. But he put the fire on low. So by the time that tea start whistling, you need to start crack. That means I'm done. Before that tea kettle start whistling, it's a wrap.
You're done. The tea kettle was the tea. Wow. So baby, you got as long as it takes for the tea to get hot, and then when it's done, it's done. She said, "Let's consider exercising now." Yes, exactly. Before working out, you might want to, do a little exercise, do a little stretching. You know what I'm saying, and some aerobics and get it going.
That kills the whole mood. All right,
bro, listen.
I love you. Yes, come on, let's go to the room. All right, hold up a second. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm saying we can do it together.
When I caught my first cramp, after that, I'm like, no, I need to stretch. Now.
That's when you put her ass on the side of the bed.
Before she come over, if I know I'm getting some, I'm getting my stretch in. Okay? So, because I ain't cramping up.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Maybe we need more potassium.
What stretch do you do? What kind of stretching do you do?
What I do your normal stretching, you're sitting down on the ground, legs, arms.
Let me tell you something. That shit was going so left. He's like, what kind of stretching do you do?
You got jokes.
Oh, man.
That shit was way left.
That kind of stretching. No, no. I totally concur. Like, there's a G-Swag knows. There you go. No. They know who G-Swag is. G-Swag knows. He's stretching.
That was Robert, right?
No. That's Michelle Marie.
Oh, okay.
So G-Swag knows. We haven't talked to G-Swag in a while. G-Swag, you want to talk?
You got to
You want to throw the hoodie on and talk G-Swag?
No, I'm good.
All right, Gary just wants to be himself. He don't want to be G-Swag. I'm just saying, man. The cramping thing, you need more potassium and water.
Dude, that shit hurts.
It does.
Damn sure does.
It does. It's actually an issue. You know what I'm saying? And when you cramping up during, and imagine cramping while you're getting a nut. You know what I'm saying? Like, how bad is that? The pain and the pleasure at the same time. Oh, I'm coming. Oh!
I can't stop though. I can't stop. It hurts. I can't stop.
That's gotta be. Yeah, I've cramped up a few times.
A cramp.
It's a bitch.
A cramp while you're busting a nut has to be the perfect way to figure out what your priorities are.
Okay. The pain or pleasure. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I believe Heather is saying in order to deal with, I think she's dealing with the edema, right? With the water in the knees, oral may be a better look, and that might be right. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go oral. You might have to go down, bro. You might have to go down. You might have to go south. That's it.
Going south is not a problem.
Celine Walker says bananas help. Help with what? Oh, potassium. Yeah. Right.
Rock was going left with that.
Sorry, I was on the way. Yeah.
Not the frozen banana.
All right. Salim says, is oral better sex after 50? That's a good question.
I think so.
Hey, what's up? I got a question, room. Is oral better after 50? Like after 50, is fellatio better? Are you giving head better? Are you receiving better head? Let me know. What's happening in the chat room? Like, really, is oral better after 50? Big shout out to Anthony Wright. He says, hey, what's up, folks? How you doing, Ant? Good to see you. And I'm kind of curious about, is oral better? And I'm going to go with, yeah. It is.
It better be.
Michelle Marie says giving oral after is just as good. Okay. So are we talking about after penetration? Like after penetration, then we go oral? And that was it?
Michelle
50. 50. Giving oral after 50 is just as good. Okay, giving oral after 50 is just as good. I guess you get sort of experienced and you're uninhibited at that stage in the game. I think I'm having a problem. How about receiving oral, ladies? Has been receiving oral? Has it gotten better over 50? Are the guys a little bit more in tune to your body after 50? I'm kind of curious.
That's what they want, right?
Hey, we might as well go there. Why not?
I mean, we're already there.
Yeah.
We kind of, after the whole sideways hump thing.
Yeah. Legs
kind
up
of-
in the air, cramping push-ups.
So that's kind of the question. I believe that oral is better when you're older because you simply have you're not inhibited anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of like, you know what? I'm doing it. This was that, huh?
Michelle says she doesn't. Oh.
Does Gary prefer oral?
After 50,
Whoa.
after 50, oral should definitely be better because you know what? A man, if you're going to go down on a woman, you should be absolutely geographically inclined to the vagina area at 50.
Right. I think it
You
shouldn't.
should know the longitude,
Hold on. Gary was
The latitude.
where the clitoris is, and the latitude of where the clitoris sits. You know what I'm saying? Where the snap box is. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know where it's at.
Right. LaFonda says you should be seasoned by then. And Celine Walker says, does Gary prefer oral?
Answer.
You can answer as G Swag if you want.
We have a show here. You got to answer. You gotta answer the question, bro.
You can answer as G Swag
Come on.
if you don't want to answer it yourself.
Is Gary sweating yet?
Yeah, he's getting a little musty on the top. We're starting to see condensation on the top of your head.
He started.
Alrighty then. Do I prefer oral? Yeah, I mean,
Well, Michelle Marie says, I've never had an oral orgasm. No comment. That's what she said.
Give her my number.
Cool. You can call Jeff at 555. Give you oral.
that's too funny.
Good. How do you feel about it?
Have I had a?
How many?
We're almost there. We're at an hour 45.
Well, do I prefer oral? Well, are you talking about giving or receiving? I mean,
Does Gary like it from the? Ooh,
Whoa.
I don't know if I want to answer that question. I think you got a troll in the room.
Oh.
You got a troll. But I mean, is oral better for you? Like Gary like it from the back?
okay,
Right.
what the hell?
They're trolling you right now.
Yeah, they try.
So I mean, oral for you? For me, it's better now.
Well, yeah, I like Laurel. I mean, when you got a woman that knows what she's doing, but then by the time she's 50, most women are very inhibited, so they're really into what they're doing.
Uninhibited, you mean?
Sorry, yeah.
Uninhibited. They're really down for
yeah,
it.
They're uninhibited, so they're really into what they're doing. So
I think they'll experiment more.
It's so much better.
I think it's more with the moment.
Maybe.
It's the moment. I mean, and boy, how you feeling right now? Sometimes you feel like going down, and sometimes you want to get busy. I mean, it depends. At your age, 50, I'm 50. I'm not. I don't go on top. Oh yeah, come on, let's get down. It all depends.
Right. And yeah. Celine Walker says giving is better. Michelle says Gary loves it all. Laugh out loud. Okay, there you go. And Michelle says serious. Like I never nutted from like oral. So that's interesting. Okay. And
That's very interesting.
And you just hit me in the chat room, Michelle, and I'll get you Jeff's number. Apparently, he is the oral expert doctor, and he'll straighten that shit right out. From what I understand, you will be a flowing.
I'm writing a prescription right now.
Yes, you will be a flowing river. You will blossom. Your flower will open. Yeah, just hit me. Where you at, Michelle? I don't even know. Michelle, where you at? What city are you in?
She's in Idaho.
You in Idaho.
Idaho.
Jeff ain't got a tongue that long. Jeff's tongue's not that long. You're going to have to hook something up in the middle.
We could start from the phone. She could put the phone down there.
Oh, word?
Whoa,
Jeff.
Whoa.
So what do you do, Jeff? Tell me. Now I'm sort of curious.
Freddy Krueger.
Well, we do FaceTime, right? FaceTime. So what happens, I have my camera close to my mouth, and then she'll have the camera down there. And then she'll kiss the camera to her, kiss the phone to her vagina, and then I do what I think on the camera.
What the hell is he talking about?
So in other words, his tongue and lips are on the camera. And he's like, like through the camera, I guess. Is that about right, Jeff?
Yeah, it's called Kiss It Through the Phone.
Okay. You know what? I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much.
Yeah.
You a freak, dude.
Do women
but the
still?
real thing in New York, it was ready.
Wow. Do women still spray after 50? So are we having any squirters in the house? And Michelle Marie says, I love giving head as much now as when I did when I was younger. And the answer is yes, we can still squirt and etc. So you don't dry up after 50. You'll get a lot of that with women that are older, that they'll think that they can't get moist anymore. You know what I'm saying? And then the right person might come, and then boom, like they realize that there's still moisture. You know what I'm saying? They can still get wet. You know what I'm saying? So that does happen. You can end up with a situation where you might have to use KY jelly and find out what KY jelly actually is for. So it just kind of depends. But yeah, I mean, yes, we can still squirt and etc. We can do it all. Jeff is like the Discovery Channel. Yes, he is. Yes. And Michelle Marie says, put the phone on vibrate, Jeff, and call multiple times. Call multiple times and put it on. Okay. After menopause, women tend to. This is interesting. Yes, after menopause is when women tend to be drier, trying to get drier. So that happens. I mean, I don't know. I mean, once again, I've heard the conversation of, oh, I didn't think that I could get wet like that. You know what I'm saying anymore. I thought it was over. I've heard that. But yeah, I mean, I guess that would happen like after menopause. That would. So
Michelle's really on this today, boy.
Yeah. So quick question, Jeff. Yeah, she put in dryer. What's going on with the situation in Haiti? What's happening? Just changing gears a little bit.
Oh man, it's going crazy. The Haitian WhatsApp is ablaze right now. We have pictures that imported for all the bodies of those who got shot. We have what the media has now, which is a lot of people, a lot of the Colombians who have been arrested. It's going to start a revolution. It's going to start a civil revolution amongst its people, because it's terrible what happened. This is not something we would hear coup d'état. We would hear an exile, but rarely would you hear I think the last time a president has been assassinated in the world, to me, is in Mexico. You know? Where a cartel comes in and assassinates a public official because that public official is no longer feeding the corruption. And when it comes to government, this is something that's happening in Haiti. This guy, as a president, you're not going to please everybody. There are those in the population that is pleased with his actions, and those who are not. However, within the government, there are people who are financing the government. Those that we call the bourgeoisie, the people who have finance your election, finance your ascension to your seat, right? And also, you need to continue the corruption as well. So, therefore, when you're sitting at that seat, you have to see those people that sent you. And apparently, what the consensus is that Maurice is no longer pleasing the bourgeoisie. You know, he says a lot of people who are there that didn't pay taxes, that make millions of dollars, but never paid taxes to the country. He wanted to stop their actions. Those people who have industry and stuff like that, have textiles and stuff that they're able to make money off of. The country doesn't eat off that. So he wants to kind of cut that pipeline and reverse the stimulus to the people. So of course the power that be is not going to allow that. You know what I'm saying? So it's understandable that there's a collective of people who have agreed to take him off his position because he no longer wants to continue the corruption that's robbing and bleeding the country. So you have to be stepped out, you know?
So Salim says he was an American plant who overstayed his welcome.
Well, they say that about a lot of them. They say that about a lot about what you call it, Aristide. They said Aristide is a plant. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, Aristide. They said Aristide is a plant. They said Aristide was in. Well, they had America in his pocket. But you have to understand, Haiti is a very poor country. A lot of people are going to be funding us. America's going to fund us. We still owe France money. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who come in and say, hey, you're the president now. I can give you $1 million or $2 million towards your infrastructure. I just need this. So a lot of people are going to be funding our government. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I wouldn't want to say he's a political troll because America didn't put him there. America is not necessarily part of the voting system. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So although it looks like a dictatorship when election times come and stuff like that, it's just that the power that be puts who they want in place, just like any government. Just like any government. Whoever has the money is running the point.
I just want to say, CC, what's up? She says, hola. Don't forget tomorrow to check out CC Perez show, Mi Gente, My People, tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That's how it's going down. And she's got a very interesting guest, I think. Who's the guest, CC, that you got coming on tomorrow? Because I think you have somebody coming on tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it last week? Did she have somebody on last week, Jeff?
Come again?
Claudia.
Yeah, she did have somebody last week.
Okay.
I forgot the name of the young lady, but she was very helpful. We were talking about, I learned about Section 9. She had two people on. A gentleman that just won an election, I forgot what the position was for. But we were talking about a lot of things about Section 9, which I didn't know of, and how certain people want to really sell nicer. You know what I'm saying? And
that's right. Oh, you know what? I did see the video, and Cynthia Tibbs says, "Hell yeah, I was there." I was upset. You know what? I actually meant to call on that because I saw the video and I was like, "Is that Cynthia?" I'm like, "Oh wow, the week I'm not there, Cynthia comes in." That's right, Cynthia was there last week. This week,
yeah, she gave a lot of knowledgeable points.
Yeah, Cynthia's full of knowledge. She has like a lot of stuff. Will Smith was there. She said William Smith was there with me. That's who William Smith was also there with us. So this week, 4 o'clock, Mi Gente, My People. Also on Sunday, the One Night Show is coming back off of hiatus. That's the 11th, and that's at 4 o'clock. And Hip Hop Boulevard is going to be in effect at 2 o'clock on Sunday. The conversation with Al Pizarro. A lot of things happened with them. They did the awards dinner and all that stuff, so I'd like to talk about with that. And we've definitely hit the 2-hour mark.
All right.
And I'm about to punch out and do that. William Smith was there, not Will Smith. Yeah, Cynthia, I'm sorry I missed you. That's right. I meant to. Damn, I saw part of the video, and there she was sitting in the chair. I was like, of course, the week I'm not there, Cynthia Tibbs comes in. Like, we could have did the weather together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been a thing. Jeff, are you coming? You're coming in Perspective of Yours coming on Sunday, right?
Yes, I'll be there on Sunday. I'll be there by myself. There's something going on with my co-host, but I will reveal that shortly.
Yeah, she's great too. I've been checking it out. Views are up on Perspective of Yours. I love it. You get to really hear Jeff like do his thing in his element. And the one thing I wanted to say about it is, Jeff, I put the scrolling text, by the way.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah, I did that today. I got it today. So Jeff's number is going to be there. Claudia says, Jeff is my buddy. You know what I'm saying? Good show. Thank you. Salim, Anita Stone, Cherry BBs. Oh, Cherry. Cheers, baby. Cheers. Oh, Anita's getting saucy in the living room. Oh, my God. She's getting saucy in the kitchen right now. Awesome show. Thank you, Hillary. All right. Had fun. See you next Friday. And by the way, Robin is coming in next Friday.
Yes. I can't wait for that. That's going to be good.
So we're going to have the whole gang in next Friday. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Jeff should come in, and we should just kind of go for it. You know what I'm saying? And just have like a, just a Rock Logic real discussion, fest. Because Jeff has a lot of good stories and points of view. So, and then with Robin, that's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to buy another microphone or something. And Hillary says, yay, Robin. So, guys, I'm going to blast off. I'll see you next week. Stick with me this weekend, though, okay? Make sure you check out Mi Gente, My People tomorrow at 4 o'clock, please. And that Sunday, The Conversation, Hip Hop Boulevard, Al Pizarro at 2 o'clock. And please tune into the One Night Show. We have a couple of special guests coming in, and we will see you. And I love you guys, and thank you. It was great coming back and seeing you guys and talking to you and being engaged with you. I really missed it, and thank you for the shout outs and the health advice that a lot of you guys gave while I was man down. And that's super cool. So I'm going to punch out. I'm going to see you guys. Thank you, LaFonda. She says, great show. Good night.
God bless.
And I'm going to go out with a track that I made. I made this beat right here.